What is going on, my Reeking fam? March here. This is Fragbox TV. Okay, what are we doing today with our white? What do you guys think? White. All white pico reef tank. I'm about to do a water change. I have my bucket set up on the floor. Typically on this tank, we're not doing very much. This is a very hands-off tank. We do maybe 1 gallon a week, if that, maybe every other week. There's lots of macro now growing in the tank, so they really help to keep it clean. But what I want to do is see how long can we go without doing a water change. So, Fabio, what day is it today? Give me the date. Okay, so as he's looking for the date, I think it's March 25th, 2024. We're going to do a water change, and that'll mark the last one we do until, let's see how long we can do it. You guys saw that I went to go check out Danny's aquarium in the Netherlands. He doesn't do any water changes. The tank's running for 3 years. And a lot of comments on that video were like, you're going to crash, you don't know what you're doing, you're stupid, you shouldn't be in the hobby. And the tank's not going to last. The tank's 3 years old. It's the opposite. Actually, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's figured out the fundamentals and the basics of reef keeping, how important live rock is, and he's able to maintain a tank without water change. So actually, I would say the opposite. Danny has beat the system. So what I want to do with this tank is sort of that idea and see, can we do that with this 6 gallon? How low maintenance can we do it? How effective are these macro algae in here at pulling out nitrates and phosphates? We have our little mantis shrimp. Hello, Twinkie. You see him right under there? Beautiful little mantis. He's a lot faster than I thought. He actually almost took my finger the other day. We have some codium, some grape caulerpa, and then I'm going to do in a second, I'm going to just turn off the flow. Right over here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Boom! If you're looking for one of these power bars, they're only 17 bucks. It's the Reef Casa Power Hub, now available. You can find them on our site, reefcasa.com. And you get 6 different plugs, 2-year warranty, and you get a little button for each one, so you kind of know. And I want to include eventually these little stickers, so I know that that one is for the pump. This is for our disco lights that when the stand lights up. This is for the lights on top. This is for heat. This is for our auto top off, which I have off too. We want that off for a water change. So let me do that. We're going to do 2.5 gallons today, March 25th. How are we going to keep this thing running without a water change? We're going to be testing maybe every week, every other week. We'll see if the corals are going to consume calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium, and we'll kind of just adjust and maybe even dose the tank from there. We do have room for a doser if we want to set one up and get really crazy on this tank. There's really not a lot going on. So if I show you in the back here, behind our little filtration cover, which neatly hides everything, we have some filter floss, some carbon, and a bunch of Reef Casa bacteria hotel blocks. That's it. There is a little heater back there, so if you want to know specifically what we're running, it's our brand of floss, which fits nicely, our brand of carbon, which again fits nicely. We typically change this every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how the water looks. And then these Reef Casa, the bacteria hotel blocks. So adding this box of blocks is like equivalent to adding 15 or 20 pounds in terms of surface area on the rock. So lots of nitrifying power. I'm actually going to take them out and I'm going to hook up this, which is our Nova Refugium light, on the back of the tank, because I saw what this guy's doing in Thailand. His name is Ichisterium on Instagram. You guys got to check him out. He's got 150,000 something followers on IG, and he has this exact tank, and the amount of Chaeto he's growing in the back is just inspiring. So I kind of want to set that up. It'd be cool to have one running in the store, because nowhere in the store are we using that product, and I want to get it up and running. So let me do this water change with the magic of YouTube. Give me a second. Water change complete. Tank looking a little bit dirty still. I'm gonna go ahead and put this. So it's actually a prototype product for us. It should be available soon. So maybe you guys have already seen our housekeeper, which is basically our filtration organizer that goes in the first compartment right in there. This is a second one. So this is what we're gonna call our Neat Freak. It also doubles as a refugium box. So you see on this side, it's clear. So it can let light through. So we can fill it up with macroalgae. I think what I'm gonna do though is do the light in a separate video so that I can sort of give it a little bit more time, like explain why you might want to set up a refugium, how to do it properly, and then I can do sort of an install video at the same time, because the way this refugium light installs, it's with a razor blade, and you're going to basically cut out this back vinyl and it's going to attach. It's we call it peel and stick, so it sticks on the back of the tank, so you're not going to get any red light going anywhere. There's a slight glow, but it kind of looks cool. It kind of looks like you've added an LED feature to the back of the tank. So I think I'm going to do that in a separate video now that I'm thinking about it. And that's it. So that's going to sit in there. We're going to fill it up with macro. We're going to install the light. I think we're actually going to keep the blocks. Now that I'm looking at it, Mr. Twinkie, please don't take off my finger. I think we're going to keep our bacteria blocks because they do just add so much surface area, and I think if we're going to stop water changing this tank, okay, I'm just watching my fingers because he came out the other day so fast. Like, usually moves slow, but he was taking a real interest to my fingers. So I have a little bit of a new respect, and I tread a little more carefully in this tank. I don't know how much it would hurt. Maybe I should do a video on like how bad does a mantis shrimp sting hurt. I don't think he's gonna. He'd probably break the skin. I expect him to break the skin, but he's quick. He's a lot quicker than I thought. So just treading a little carefully. Like I said, we're gonna keep these. We still have room for our heater. Might be a little bit dark in the video, sorry. We still have room for our little Neotherm ceramic heater to squeeze right in there. And we still have, that's it. March 25th will be the last water change. We'll see how long we can go. Is it gonna be indefinite? I don't know. What else is running the tank? I didn't show you, but underneath we have a 5-gallon Reef Casa auto top-off reservoir. We have the Duetto ATO running in this chamber over here, which happens to be my favorite smaller ATO unit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the ATO back on before I forget. Boom, that easy. And that's it. In terms of equipment, it's very low tech. So I think the whole point of this going without water changes is to show or exaggerate how low tech. We want to see how practical is no water changing. I come from the school of thought that you should water change. Water changes are beneficial. They're a great idea. They replenish all the trace elements. We're using Two Little Fishies Accuracy 1 salt on this if you're curious. But I want to see what's possible. So that's the whole idea behind today's video. Also, no skimmer. So inspired by Danny's aquarium. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and we will check back. Let's give it 2 months before we see how all our little critters and friends are doing with no water change. Bye for now. Man, time flies when you're doing this. It's been 4 months. Actually, just over 4 months. It's now July 9th. We shot that back on April 2nd, and here is the tank with no water change. All we've done in that time is change the filter floss in the back, change the carbon as needed, usually about once a week. Floss, I would say maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And look at how well everything is doing. We have added one more rock over here because the corals are just growing out of control on this rock. I do have one little regret putting the GSP here. I'm thinking that was a bad idea. Look how it's just completely surrounded and engulfed the Sunny D zoanthids. You know, I always say on the channel, do as I say, don't do as I do. So that was a really, really dumb spot because he's gonna take over the zoanthids. He's gonna push out everything in his way. But everything's looking really good. Mushrooms are starting to grow nicely. And this is our least maintenance, like our most hands-off tank now in the store, coming up on 4 months. We do trim the macroalgae from time to time, but this is our main source of nutrient export. Look how big and healthy the dragon's breath, dragon's tongue, dragon's nest, all the different types. Look how good they're looking. No water change. Again, we're not doing anything. I've had to add magnesium twice in that time. It was getting a little bit low. Maybe from the Duncan coral, maybe from the Alveopora, maybe from, I don't know what's sucking it up, but all the other levels are staying stable. Our alkalinity is at 7.5, our calcium's at 420. Twinkie is happier than ever. I think we're gonna keep going, guys. I think we're gonna give this another, I said 2 months, but let's see when I remember to pick up the camera. Let's give it some more time and see how long we can go without changing the water in this 6-gallon. Oh my God, where did the tank go? Nah. I cannot believe how fast time is flying. March 8th was the first part of the video. It's now December 10th. It's 9 months without a water change. The tank isn't even in the same spot. So much has changed. It's moved. I was gonna wrap it up today, but just seeing how fast the time is going, I think we're gonna go a year. Yeah, we're gonna leave it 1 year. The mantis shrimp is still loving life. We've added some acans under here. The rockworks changed a bit. I kind of regret putting this green star polyp up top. We've had to add a little bit of calcium. Not a lot. I don't know what's consuming it. Maybe the acans recently, but up until that, it wasn't consuming any calcium or any alkalinity. It was really stable. The only thing really we had to add was magnesium. The macroalgae, we trim it every month and a half. This back area here, it's basically just acts as a refugium behind the tank. The nitrates and phosphates are almost undetectable, so we've been feeding pretty heavy. Man, that GSP, look at that thing. what else can I tell you? We are getting away with murder with this tank. Still no water changes. I think we're going to go the full year. I was thinking to set up Alpha Reef. If you don't know what that is, Tropic Marin Alpha Reef, we sell a ton of it. I've personally never used it. So I thought this would be like an ideal tank, because if we're not water changing, this should replenish, in theory, all of the things that we need to replenish in the water. But it's doing so well without it that I'm not going to set it up on this tank. Okay, you know what? Let's keep going. The video does not end today. Let's go for the 1 year mark. We're going to wait until March. We got January, February, March. Hold tight. Well, there goes my entire video. So, what happened to the tank? We didn't water change and crash and everything died. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, Twinkie. I love when you come out to say hi. You're one of my favorite living things in the entire store. I didn't tell the staff that I was doing this long part 1 year video series of no water changes. I didn't inform anyone, so one day they decided, you know what, this tank is getting boring, let's revamp the whole thing. So they pulled out all the rock and all the corals, and they ruined my video. And that's what I'm sharing with you. So what did I learn? I learned you can go 9 months without water changing, and I learned that I should inform my staff better when I'm doing long part video series. But that being said, this is going to lead into the next one, which is kind of cool. It's how fast does GSP grow? We've planted a bunch of different varieties that we have here in the store that we've been collecting. Yep, it's true. There's different varieties of GSP. And we're going to see how long does it take for it to overtake this entire rock structure. But I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun along the 9 months. I was hoping we get to a year, but I guess that's how it goes sometimes. And that's it. We'll wrap up this video, and thanks for watching Fragbox TV.